Is it easy to process emotions in the spirit world?
Some parts of it are easier and some parts of it are harder. Perhaps if I can illustrate. It's easier in the spirit world with emotions sometimes because you can see the emotion flowing out of you when you're experiencing it. So like if you have anger coming out of you, you'll see it like barbs coming out of you. And there'll be a colour coming out of you as well. And it will be noxious to everyone around you. So you'll see it. You'll see it actually occurring if you're able to if you want to see it, you will see it. So that sometimes makes it easier, yes, to say to myself, well, yes, I do have anger, or yes, I do have grief, or yes, I do. And it makes it easier for me to recognise my emotion. But on the other hand, it can be quite hard too. You think about it. If there is no law preventing you from doing anything in disharmony with love, I will shorten that to anything wrong from God's perspective. Right? And if there's no law, then what are you going to do if you feel like doing it? You're just going to do it, aren't you? So let's say you were a man on earth and you never raped a woman ever on earth. Right? But you had a feeling quite often inside of you that you wanted to. Right? When you pass, what's going to happen? That emotion is going to be pretty strong inside of you, and you'll realise that there's no law preventing you from trying to do that. And what are you going to do? You're going to come to earth and perv on every naked woman. You're going to do, aren't you? You think about it. If that's what you want to do in your heart, you would do it, wouldn't you? Now, it's very hard then to stop yourself from doing it and deal with the underlying emotional reason why you do it. Do you follow me? That created a lot of fear in a lot of you, that statement. Why is that? Why do you feel fear? How many of you ladies hate feeling like you're being sexually objectified? Right? Yeah. That's an emotion you will need to deal with. Because that's an emotion too. That will attract these kind of people around you who will sexually objectify you until you feel that emotion. Does that make sense? The law of attraction, if you have a feeling inside of yourself that you hate being sexually objectified, you will attract men who sexually objectify you. In order for you to experience what's underneath that emotion. And we'll talk more about the law of attraction in a minute.
AJ, you had a divine connection with God. God would allow that to happen, would he?
When you say God wouldn't allow that to happen, God allows every single person to have free will. So a person can attempt to sexually objectify you. Of course, if it has no effect on you, then will it matter to you? It won't, will it?
I'm talking about the spirit form.
I am talking about either form. Yeah, I'm talking about either form. So if you're at one with God as a spirit, would you even have a feeling that you want to, project sexual energy at somebody who doesn't want it from you? You wouldn't, would you? But if you are not at one with God, you may have that desire. But if you're at one with God here on earth, wouldn't you care if they tried to do it? It'd just bounce right back off you, wouldn't it? It wouldn't have any effect on you. It wouldn't affect you emotionally.
And you wouldn't attract it.
And in the majority of cases, you wouldn't even attract it. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. We'll talk more about the law of attraction as we go on.